Nice to see you all. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our first of our 2 concerts for the fall, our first concert series for the year. We're very excited to present all that the students have been working very hard on. My name is Daniel Heim. I'm orchestra director here at Cleveland Heights High School. And we have 3 groups playing for you tonight: the Concert Orchestra, Philharmonic Strings, and then the Heights High Symphony. And along with the Heights High Symphony, we also are featuring our first of 3 senior soloists this year, Nathaniel Tisch on violin. That's right, give it up for Nathaniel. This evening we are doing nothing that is multi-movement, and so nobody has to worry about clapping. Just clap ferociously and excitedly and give it your all. We love it. And the students have been doing some wonderful work, and I'm so excited to showcase that for you here tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and we're going to send out the concert orchestra. One other thing that we're doing this evening is we're having pictures taken of the ensemble. So at the beginning of each set, we're going to take pictures. So just giving you a heads up that there's that little extra interruption, okay? How's everybody doing out there? All right, so that first piece, Perpetual Motion, is a wonderful study, a great teaching piece by the phenomenal violin and string pedagogue Shinichi Suzuki, who brought the Suzuki method, of course, then also around the world to the United States. And it is such a popular piece to be played among all students who are string players. It's a great way for us to get our fingers wrapped around D major and really knowing our basic notes in all sorts of combinations. In addition to all of that left-hand technique of really knowing where your fingers go for all those different things, the perpetual motion part here, then we also work on pizzicato and staccato bowing, and then also faster bow strokes as well. So this is just a really good all-around teaching experience, a good learning piece, and a great warm-up for us. So the next song, the Banana Boat song, has anybody ever heard this song before? Okay, yeah, you've heard this song before. This part of our program tonight was actually inspired by Kim Carter, who's out here and has taught a number of these students up here. Everybody say hi to Ms. Carter. So she found this piece and I said, that is a great idea. I think we should do that song with a concert orchestra too. And it also fits in with the theme that we have for a piece in everybody's set tonight. It's somewhat Halloween themed. Anybody remember the movie Beetlejuice? Yes? Right? This song was in Beetlejuice, remember, right? So, here we go. Banana Boat song. Lots of great rhythm, great song for everybody to know. We hope you enjoy it. So I've been really impressed with how well this group has come together, especially over the last few weeks. I threw a lot of things at them at the beginning of the year, and I think some of them were overwhelmed. And what's come around all of a sudden, I think, is a really great understanding of how to play in an ensemble. And they already had a really great sense of pulse, this group, and I think now we're really just getting all these things to sort of drop in together. This next piece, Dizzy Digits, is by far the most challenging piece on the program for them. It's also become sort of a rite of passage, a tradition that we have here to play this piece, because it is such a good workout for all parts of string playing, and so we're really, really excited to present to you Dizzy Digits, a fantastic teaching piece by Richard Meyer. Here we go. All right, so the concert orchestra is now going to vacate the stage. We're all going to move to our respective corners here. And then after we reset a few things, we're going to bring out the Philharmonic strings. So how about that George Friedrich Handel? It's a guy from Germany who lands in London, happens to be like one of the most popular composers, kind of a bachelor extraordinaire, and ends up being commissioned by the king to write music that was essentially Baroque yacht rock. He wanted to have a big party on the Thames on multiple barges, and he said, you know what, can you write me some music, and then all you musicians can go over on that barge, and we'll enjoy your music on this barge, and it'll be really cool. Crazy, right? All right, but live musicians, like that's the crazy thing that sometimes for us, like we pipe it in and everything, but we don't think, like they didn't have that. They just had live musicians going on the Thames, crazy. So anyway, wonderful piece, the water music, and didn't they play a great, I mean, it was an amazing performance. So they've come a long way in terms of working on the style and the bowing and the articulation and all the things that make that such a great, unique piece for us to play as string players. Now we're going to go to something different. And you might have noticed I have a few extra people here in the back. I have some percussionists who have joined us from Symphonic Winds, and I'm grateful that they have joined us. It's Liam Alcorn and Tom Barr, Peregrine Caldwell, and Dana Hagesfeld. So let's give it up for them. So this next piece, again, inspired by Kim Carter. Thank you, Kim. And it's not Disney's Haunted Mansion, but it might even be better. We're really excited to play this piece, such a fun piece, and it reminds you that Halloween wasn't that long ago. So we hope you enjoyed Haunted Mansion. By the way, you You may have noticed that I mentioned 4 names in the percussion section, but there's this other slightly older high school student back there. His name is Mr. Stu Ferris. Let's give it up for Mr. Ferris. We are so grateful that he comes back to work with us time and time again. It's like and to quote something we were saying earlier today, it's like we've won the lottery 10 times. So from the bottom of my heart and from everybody here who's been affected by Mr. Ferris, I want to say thank you very much for all of your help. All of your service. All right, so we have one more piece to play here from this group, Philharmonic Strings, and this next piece is a really nice contrast to the things that we've been playing so far. It works on getting a different kind of sound with the bow, a lot more concentrated, and also a lot of the harmonies are more dissonant. In other words, what we think of as harmony, I was even teaching this to my music appreciation class. We think of it as harmony in sort of a general sense, things that are happy and work together and maybe even sound really pleasant. Well, harmony in music is not always pleasant. Sometimes it's dissonant. And so we have some more of that in this piece, and it makes it a really wonderful piece to play. So we hope you enjoy Spartacus. so Philharmonic Strings is now going to move off the stage. We're going to do a little bit of rejiggering here, okay? So you don't, you know. And then we're going to bring out the Heights High Symphony. that good? Yeah. I'm from Colorado, so I can do that. Okay, so the hoedown, one of those staples of American classical music. Aaron Copland, probably one of the first recognizable voices in American classical music because he created a style so much his own, integrating a great deal of syncopation, oftentimes in other pieces jazz, but taking also American folk music in this case and integrating it into classical music, which is what so many other composers before him did too. So, great piece to hoedown, a wonderful arrangement of his own for string orchestra. The original piece is actually for full orchestra as part of a ballet. So this next piece is a complete contrast to that. The Beethoven Romance, very fluid, long singing piece of music, sort of in that early to middle, beginning of his middle phase of composition, Beethoven that is, and lovely lyrical piece that we're going to hear here on violin, and it's going to be played by our senior soloist, Nathaniel Tisch. Now, before Nathaniel comes out, I do have to talk a little bit about how I came to know Nathaniel. The first time I got to work with him was actually in the Heights Summer Music Camp of 2016. Does that seem like a long time ago? Anybody else know what happened in 2016 here in the early summer? The Cavs. Okay, it was during that camp when I first met Nathaniel that the Cavs were deep, deep, deep into the playoffs. In fact, they were getting to the finals, and they won. Woo, Cavs! It was so exciting, and all the campers were so thrilled. We partied in the middle of camp just to celebrate the Cavs. When the whole parade was going on, we watched it together, and some people even went down there. It was crazy. It was awesome. But that was when I first met Nathaniel, and when he came to camp, he was so enthusiastic, and one of the things that he also brought with him was this clear love of Star Wars, which of course that makes someone dear to my heart because I love Star Wars too. And we happened to be playing that summer the music from The Force Awakens, which had just come out in the previous season. So we were all really excited to be playing together. And I think Nathaniel really enjoyed that because it was a little more challenging. He's always been up for a challenge, always wanted to play something that's even pushing it further. And that's one thing that I really admired about him a lot. I got to work with him at Monticello after that and at Heights Middle School, where I was then working with him up until now. He's been a student of mine since then, all the way up until high school. He's been in this group, the symphony, for 4 years, and very active as a leader in that group, also doing chamber music. He co-led the orchestra for Sister Act and was a strong student in the AP Music Theory class last year. I'm so proud of him. They got great grades on their tests too. And now he's a member of COYO, the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Orchestra this year. So Nathaniel's always been moving forward, always been pushing, always been a leader. And so it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage here, Mr. Nathaniel Tisch. We need to have some wind players come up too, so let's welcome them to the stage. right, so pardon our dust here. We're going to move our violins back up here, and we're also going to bring out a whole bunch of other wind and percussion players. Come on out, everybody. So this last piece on the program, once again, a little Halloween spirit to it, the Dance Macabre. It is a symphonic poem. So it's meant to be a programmatic piece of music, and it's supposed to, among other things, evoke visions of the devil playing the violin. Ooh, spooky stuff. Scary stuff. There are some other things about it that are very fun. For instance, there are places here where all the string players are supposed to play with the wood of their bows. That makes it sort of a wooden, sort of skeletal sound, if you will. Another thing that evokes that sound of a skeleton is the addition of something that was, at the time, a brand new orchestral color, the addition of the xylophone. Which you're going to hear played by Tom Barr here in this performance. So it's a really wonderful, colorful piece, great piece for us to do at this time of year. There was even one student who I think really wanted to do it, or at least I had heard a few students who wanted to do this. I haven't played this piece with the orchestra here since my first year teaching here in 09-10. And Ms. Carter is here saying, that was me, I was the maker. So yeah, it was a whole lot of fun to play it then, and we hope you enjoy Dance Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? All right, let's go celebrate. Let's go over to the cafeteria. Let's spend some time together. Let's eat some food. Let's talk. Let's have fun. All right, thank you very much, everybody.